I'm on one moment in time.
No stress, just Lux. Feel the luxury. No stress, just Lux. Feel the luxury.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about success. Not the kind of success that's handed to you on a silver platter, but the kind of success that you have to fight for, that you have to earn with every fiber of your being. In this world, nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody cares about your circumstances. Nobody cares about your sob story. The world is waiting for results, not reasons why you cannot deliver them. Now, I know that might sound harsh, but let me tell you something. It's the cold, hard truth. And the sooner you accept it, the sooner you will start making real progress in your life. We live in a world that's full of noise. Everybody's got an opinion, everybody's got a complaint, and everybody's got a reason why they're not where they want to be. But you know what? The people who are truly successful, the ones who are living their dreams, they are not the ones making excuses. They are the ones putting in the work. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you worked so hard on something that you forgot to eat? When was the last time you were so focused on your goals that you lost track of time? If you cannot remember, then my friend, you are not working hard enough. Now, do not get me wrong. I'm not saying you should work yourself to death, but I am saying that if you want extraordinary results, you have got to put in extraordinary effort. Average effort produces average results. And let's face it, nobody ever changed the world by being average. Success is not about luck. It's not about having the right connections or being in the right place at the right time. Sure, those things can help, but real, lasting success, that comes from consistent, dedicated effort over time. Think about it. Every great achievement in history was the result of someone deciding to work harder than everyone else. The Wright brothers did not invent the airplane by sitting around complaining about gravity. Thomas Edison did not create the light bulb by making excuses about why it was too hard. Here's the thing. The world does not owe you anything. It does not care about your feelings, your insecurities, or your fears. The world only cares about what you produce, what you contribute, what you bring to the table. And if you are not bringing your A game every single day, someone else will. Now, I can already hear some of you thinking, but what about work-life balance? What about taking time for myself? And those are valid questions. But let me ask you this. What are you balancing against? Are you truly living? Or are you just existing? Are you pursuing your passions? Or are you just going through the motions? When you are truly passionate about something, when you are working towards a goal that excites you, that fills you with purpose, it does not feel like work. It feels like life. And that's the kind of balance we should be striving for. Too many people are waiting for the perfect moment to start living their dreams. They are waiting for everything to line up just right before they take action. But let me tell you something, that perfect moment will never come. Life is happening right now, and it's not going to wait for you to get ready. Every day you wait to stay awake. Every excuse you make is an opportunity to call. And before you know it, years have gone by, and you are still in the same place wondering where the time went. But it does not have to be that way. You have the power to change your life starting right now. It all begins with a decision to stop making excuses and start taking action. Success leaves clues. If you look at any successful person, you will find that they all share certain traits. They are disciplined, they are focused, they are persistent, and above all, they are willing to work harder than anyone else. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. In fact, I can guarantee you that it's going to be hard. There will be times when you want to give up, when you feel like you cannot go on. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments when you have to dig deep and keep pushing forward. Remember, diamonds are formed under pressure, steel is forged in fire, and character is built through adversity, so embrace the challenges. Welcome the obstacles, because each one is an opportunity for growth. You know, I've met a lot of people in my life who had all the potential in the world. They were smart, talented, and full of ideas, but they never achieved the success they were capable of. Do you know why? Because they were not willing to put in the work. They wanted success, but they were not willing to pay the price for it. They wanted the rewards, but they were not willing to make the sacrifices. And in the end, they settled for mediocrity, always wondering what could have been. Do not let that be your story. Do not let your potential go to waste. You have greatness inside of you, but it's up to you to bring it out. Now, some of you might be thinking, but I do not have any special talents. I'm just an ordinary person. Well, let me tell you something. Ordinary people are capable of extraordinary things. It's not about having special talents. It's about having extraordinary determination. Look at any field, any industry, and you will find people who have achieved incredible success despite having no apparent advantages. What sets them apart is their mindset. They believe in themselves. They are willing to learn, to grow, to adapt. And most importantly, they are willing to outwork everyone else. Hard work is a great equalizer. It does not matter where you came from, what your background is, or what obstacles you face. If you are willing to work harder than everyone else, you can achieve things that others think are impossible. But here's the catch. You have to be willing to do the things that others are not. You have to be willing to make sacrifices. You have to be willing to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Most people live their lives on autopilot. They wake up, go to work, come home, watch TV, go to sleep, and then do it all over again the next day. They are comfortable, but they are not growing. They are existing, but they are not living. If you want to achieve extraordinary success, you have to be willing to live differently. You have to be willing to do the things that others will not. That might mean getting up earlier, working later, or giving up some of your leisure time. It might mean facing your fears, taking risks, or putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. But let me tell you something. The discomfort of growth is far better than the pain of regret. The temporary pain of discipline is nothing compared to the lasting pain of missed opportunities. You know, one of the biggest mistakes people make is underestimating the power of small, consistent actions. They think that success requires big, dramatic changes. But the truth is, success is built one day at a time, one action at a time. It's the little things you do every day that add up to big results over time. It's the extra hour you put in when everyone else has gone home. It's the book you read instead of watching TV. It's the healthy meal you prepare instead of ordering takeout. These small actions might not seem like much at the moment, but over time they compound. They build momentum. And before you know it, you have made significant progress towards your goals. But here's the key. You have to be consistent. You cannot just do it when you feel like it or when it's convenient. You have to do it every single day, regardless of how you feel. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you do not want to do it. It's pushing through the resistance, overcoming the inertia, and taking action even when every fiber of your being is telling you to stay in bed. Discipline is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. It's what turns dreams into reality. And the good news is, discipline is a skill that can be developed. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You are thinking, but I have tried before and failed. What makes this time any different? And that's a fair question, but let me ask you this. Did you really give it your all last time? Or did you give up at the first sign of difficulty? Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every successful person has failed many times. The difference is they did not let their failures define them. They learned from them, they adapted, and they kept moving forward. Thomas Edison famously said, I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that will not work. That's the mindset you need to adopt. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to come back strong. But here's the thing. You cannot be afraid of failure. Too many people let the fear of failure hold them back. They are so afraid of making mistakes that they never take any risks. And as a result, they never achieve anything significant. Remember, the biggest risk in life is not taking any risks. Playing it safe might seem comfortable in the short term, but in the long run, it's a recipe for regret. So I challenge you to embrace failure. Welcome it, learn from it, because each failure brings you one step closer to success. Goals are essential for success. They give you direction, they give you focus, and they give you something to strive for. But here's the thing. Your goals need to be big enough to inspire you, but specific enough to guide you. Too many people set vague, wishy-washy goals, like I want to be successful, or I want to be happy. What does that really mean? How do you measure that? How do you know when you've achieved it? Instead, set clear, specific goals. Do not just say, I want to lose weight. Say, I want to lose 20 pounds in the next 6 months. Do not just say, I want to start a business. Say, I want to launch my online store and make my first sale within 3 months. The more specific your goals are, the easier it is to create a plan to achieve them. And once you have a plan, all you need to do is work that plan every single day. But remember, your goals are not set in stone. As you grow and evolve, your goals might change. And that's okay. The important thing is that you always have something to strive for, something that pushes you to be better today than you were yesterday. Time is your most valuable asset. You can always make more money, but you cannot make more time. Once it's gone forever. Yet so many people waste their time on things that do not matter. They spend hours scrolling through social media, binge watching TV shows, or gossiping about others. And then they wonder why they're not making progress in their lives. If you want to be successful, you need to be ruthless with your time. Every minute should be invested in activities that move you closer to your goals. That does not mean not have fun or relax. It does mean being intentional about how you spend your time. Ask yourself this question. Is what I'm doing right now bringing me closer to my goals or further away? If it's not bringing you closer, then why are you doing it? Successful people do not have more time than anyone else. We all have 24 hours in a day. The difference is how they use those hours. They prioritize. They focus on high-value activities. They eliminate distractions. And as a result, they accomplish more in a day than most people do in a week.
Hello.
Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I'm so busy already. I do not have time to do more. And I get it. Life is hectic. We all have responsibilities and obligations. But here's the truth. You always find time for the things that are truly important to you. If you say you do not have time to work on your goals, what you are really saying is that your goals are not a priority. And if that's the case, you need to either change your goals or change your priorities. Remember, nobody ever achieved greatness by watching TV or scrolling through social media. Those extra hours you put in when everyone else is relaxing, that's where success is born. Your environment has a huge impact on your success. The people you surround yourself with, the information you consume, the places you spend your time. All of these things shape your thoughts, your beliefs, and ultimately your actions. If you are surrounded by negative people who constantly complain and make excuses, guess what? You're going to start thinking and acting the same way. But if you surround yourself with positive, motivated people who are working towards their goals, their energy and enthusiasm will rub off on you. So take a good look at your environment. Is it supporting your goals? Or is it holding you back? Are the people in your life lifting you up or dragging you down? Is the information you are consuming empowering you or distracting you? If your current environment is not supporting your success, it's time to
Hello.
make some changes. Seek out people who inspire you. Read books that challenge your thinking. Create a workspace that energizes you. Because when you change your environment, you change your life. Some people think that to be successful, you have to be ruthless or step on others. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Real success is not just about what you achieve for yourself. It's also about the positive impact you have on others. The most successful people I know are also the most generous. They understand that true fulfillment comes not from accumulating wealth or accolades for themselves, but from making a difference in the lives of others. So as you work towards your goals, always look for ways to add value to others. How can you use your skills, your knowledge, your resources to help those around you? Because when you focus on serving others, success has a way of finding you. Perseverance. This is perhaps the most important quality for success.
Thank you for
Because let's
watching.
face it, the road to success is never
I
smooth.
am making.
There will be obstacles. There will be setbacks. There will be times when you feel like giving up. But here's the thing. The only way to fail is to quit. As long as you keep going, as long as you keep learning and adapting, you have not failed. You are just in the process of succeeding. Think about it this way. Success is not a destination. It's a journey. It's not something you achieve once and then you are done. It's something you work at every single day. So do not get discouraged if things do not happen as quickly as you would like. Do not lose heart if you face setbacks or obstacles. These challenges are not meant to stop you. They are meant to strengthen you. They are meant to test your commitment, to see how badly you really want it. Remember, anything worth having is worth working for. The greater the obstacle, the more glory in overcoming it. So embrace the challenges. Welcome the difficulties, because each one is an opportunity to prove to yourself what you are really capable of. In today's rapidly changing world, if you are not growing, you are falling behind. The skills that got you where you are today might not be enough to get you where you want to go tomorrow. That's why successful people are always learning. They are constantly seeking new knowledge, new skills, and new perspectives. They read books, they attend seminars, they seek out mentors. They are not afraid to admit what they do not know because they see it as an opportunity to grow. So make a commitment to lifelong learning. Set aside time each day to learn something new. It does not have to be much. Even 15 minutes a day can make a big difference over time. Read a book, listen to a podcast, take an online course. Whatever it is, just make sure you're always growing, always improving. Let's talk about taking action. Knowledge is power, but only when it's applied. You can read all the books in the world, attend all the seminars, make all the plans. But if you do not take action, nothing will change. Too many people get stuck in the planning phase. They are always getting ready to get ready. They are waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect opportunity. But here's the truth. There is no perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. You do not have to have it all figured out to get started. You just need to take the first step, and then the next step, and then the next, because action creates clarity. It's through taking action that you learn what works and what does not. It's through taking action that you gain experience and build momentum. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting until you feel ready, because let me tell you something. You will never feel 100% ready. There will always be doubts, always be fears. Remember, courage Courage is not the absence of fear. It's taking action in spite of fear. So feel the fear and do it anyway. Because on the other side of that fear is where your dreams become reality.
Hello,
Now,
Laminis
let's address the
Piho.
elephant in the
Hello
room.
po.
Failure. Many
Thank
people
you
are
so
paralyzed
hard.
by the fear of failure. They are so afraid of making mistakes, of looking foolish, of not succeeding, that they never even try. But here's the truth. Failure is not your enemy. It's your teacher. It's through failure that we learn our most valuable lessons. It's through failure that we grow and become stronger. Every successful person has failed countless times on their journey. The difference is they did not let those failures define them. They used them as stepping stones to success. Think about a baby learning to walk. They fall down hundreds of times before they can take their first steps. But they do not give up. They do not decide walking is not for them. They keep trying, keep learning, keep adapting until they master it. That's the attitude we need to adopt. Each failure is a lesson. Each setback is an opportunity to come back stronger. When you adopt this mindset, you become unstoppable. Because now, nothing can defeat you. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity for growth. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's what gets you out of bed when you would rather sleep in. It's what keeps you working when you would rather be watching TV. It's what makes you stick to your diet when you would rather eat that slice of cake. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like it. It's about prioritizing what's important over what's convenient. It's about making the right choices, not the easy choices. But here's the thing about discipline. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. At first, it might be difficult. It might feel like a constant struggle. But over time, it becomes easier. It becomes a habit. And once it becomes a habit, success becomes inevitable. Let's address the power of focus. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with distractions. Social media, emails, notifications, they are all vying for our attention. And in this sea of noise, it's easy to lose sight of what's truly important. But successful people understand the power of focus. They know how to tune out the distractions and concentrate on what truly matters. They understand that it's not about doing more things, it's about doing the right things. Think about sunlight. Scattered, it can warm an area. But focused through a magnifying glass, it can start a fire. That's the power of focus. When you concentrate all your energy, all your efforts on a single point, you can achieve extraordinary results. So identify what's truly important in your life. What are the key activities that will move you closer to your goals? Focus on those. Eliminate or delegate everything else. Because remember, you do not have to do everything. You just have to do the right things. Your attitude determines your altitude. It's not your aptitude, but your attitude that determines how high you will fly. Life does not always go as planned. You will face challenges, setbacks, and disappointments. But it's not what happens to you that matters. It's how you respond to it. Successful people maintain a positive attitude, even in the face of adversity. They see problems as opportunities. They see failures as lessons. They understand that setbacks are setups for comebacks. This does not mean they're always happy or never get discouraged. It means they choose to focus on solutions rather than problems. They choose to learn from their mistakes rather than be defined by them. They choose to keep moving forward, no matter what obstacles they face. The importance of taking responsibility. In a world where it's easy to blame others for our circumstances, taking full responsibility for our lives, it's easy to point fingers, to blame the economy, the government, our upbringing, or other people for our lack of success. But here's the truth. As long as you are blaming others, you are giving away your power. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that you are the author of your life story. It means understanding that while you cannot control everything that happens to you, you can always control how you respond. This mindset is incredibly empowering Because once you accept that you are responsible for your life, you realize that you have the power to change it. You are no longer a victim of circumstances, but a creator of your destiny. The concept of delayed gratification. In today's world of instant everything, the ability to delay gratification is a superpower. Successful people understand that the best things in life require time and effort. They are willing to sacrifice short-term pleasures for long-term gains. They understand that the pain of discipline weighs ounces, while the pain of regret weighs tons. This does not mean you can never enjoy yourself or have fun. It means being strategic about your choices. It means asking yourself, is this bringing me closer to my goals or further away? Remember, every choice you make is either an investment in your future or a cost to it. Choose wisely. Your life today is essentially the sum of your habits. How in shape or out of shape are you? A result of your habits? How happy or unhappy are you? A result of your habits. How successful or unsuccessful are you? A result of your habits. What you repeatedly do ultimately forms the person you become. That's why it's crucial to develop good habits and break bad ones. It's not about making drastic changes overnight. It's about making small, consistent improvements every day. Start small. Focus on one habit at a time. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier, or reading for 15 minutes a day, or exercising for 20 minutes. Whatever it is, commit to it. Do it consistently, because over time, these small habits compound, leading to remarkable results. If you do not believe in yourself, who will? Your belief in yourself is often the difference between success and failure. Many people set limits on themselves. They say things like, I'm not smart enough, I'm not talented enough, I'm too old, I'm too young. But these are just stories we tell ourselves. They are not facts. The truth is, you are capable of far more than you think. But you will never know what you are truly capable of until you push yourself beyond your perceived limits. So challenge those limiting beliefs. Question those negative thoughts. Replace I cannot with how can I? Because when you believe in yourself, when you truly believe that you are capable of achieving your goals, you unleash a power within you that can move mountains. In today's rapidly changing world, the ability to adapt is crucial for success. What worked yesterday might not work today. The skills that got you here might not get you there. That's why it's important to stay flexible, to be willing to learn and unlearn, to be open to new ideas and new ways of doing things. Successful people are not rigid in their thinking. They're always looking for better ways to do things. They are not afraid to change course when necessary. They understand that the only constant in life is change, and they embrace it rather than resist it. Persistence is the ability to maintain action regardless of your feelings. You press on even when you feel like quitting. When you work on any big goal, your motivation will wax and wane like waves hitting the shore. Sometimes you will feel motivated. Sometimes you will not. But it's not your motivation that will carry you through to success. It's your persistence. Persistence means you are willing to stick to your plan and keep working towards your goals. Even when you do not feel like it, even when you are not seeing immediate results. It's about showing up every day, putting in the work, and trusting the process. Remember, most people overestimate what they can achieve in a year and underestimate what they can achieve in a decade. Success is rarely overnight. It's the result of persistent effort over time. Success without integrity is failure. True success is not just about achieving your goals. It's about achieving them in a way that aligns with your values. Integrity means doing the right thing even when no one is watching. It means being true to your word, being honest in your dealings, and treating others with respect. It means aligning your actions with your values. When you operate with integrity, you build trust. And trust is the foundation of all successful relationships, whether in business or in life. People want to work with those they can trust. They want to do business with those who have integrity. True success is not just about what you achieve for yourself. It's also about the positive impact you have on others. Most fulfilled people I know are those who use their success to make a difference in the world. They understand that we rise by lifting others. They use their resources, their knowledge, their influence to help others succeed. This does not mean you have to wait until you are successful to start giving back. You can start right where you are with what you have. Maybe it's mentoring someone, volunteering your time, or using your skills to help a cause you believe in. Remember, the size of your impact is not determined by the size of your bank account. It's determined by the size of your heart and your willingness to serve others. Remember this? Nobody cares. Work harder. The world does not owe you anything. Success is not going to be handed to you on a silver platter. You have got to earn it. You've got to work for it. You have got to fight for it every single day. But here's the good news. You have everything you need to succeed already inside you. You have the power to shape your destiny. You have the ability to overcome any obstacle, to learn any skill, to achieve any goal you set your mind to. So stop making excuses. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop looking for someone to save you or solve your problems. Take responsibility for your life. Set big goals. Work hard. Stay focused. Be persistent. Keep learning. Keep growing. And never, ever give up on your dreams. Because in the end, it's not about the destination. It's about who you become on the journey. It's about realizing your full potential. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. So go out there and make it happen. The world is waiting for you to make your mark. Your time is now. Seize it with both hands and never let go. Remember, nobody cares. Work harder. Your future self will thank you for it.
Thank you for the love.
Today, the thing I'm going to give you is a key. It's not a physical key, but rather an idea. A concept so powerful that it has the potential to unlock a door inside you to a room you might have never thought existed. This room is filled with dreams, possibilities, and opportunities that, up until now, you might have thought were beyond your reach. Let me start with a story. A simple tale about a young girl who lived in a small village. She dreamed of becoming an artist, painting canvases that would be admired the world over. But in her village, this dream was considered impossible. Never are not artists. Her family would say, "We are simple folk. Dreams like that are not for us." Yet she dared to believe differently. No teachers, no resources, and only a burning desire in her heart. She started painting using whatever materials she could find. Years later, her artwork was indeed admired across countries, not because she had access to the best resources from the start, but because she acted as if her dream was possible, even when everything around her said otherwise. Now, let me ask you, when was the last time you reached for something you thought was beyond your grasp? What was it that held you back? Was it the voice of doubt? Perhaps whispering that it was too high, too far, too difficult? Today we're here to challenge those voices to push beyond the boundaries of I can and step into the realm of I will. Our purpose is simple yet profound. To shift our mindset from limits and barriers and fears, starting points from where we grow, learn, and transcend. How? You might ask. It begins with belief. Not just a fleeting thought, but a deep, unwavering belief in oneself and the possibility of achieving what apparently seems impossible. This belief acts as the foundation upon which everything else is built. With what power the young girl in our story can pick up a brush of paint, despite the world telling her she couldn't. Belief alone, though, is not enough. It must be coupled with action. Actions might start small but gradually build in momentum. It's about doing something today, however minor, that moves you closer to where you want to be tomorrow. This could mean learning a new skill, reaching out for a mentor, or simply deciding to take a step in the direction of your dreams. So here's the catch. Along this path, you will face setbacks. It's inevitable. The question is not whether challenges will arise, but how you will respond when they do. Will you see them as stop signs or as detours, perhaps even opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow stronger? In this room today, each of you has a dream, a goal, a vision of something that lies beyond your current reach. My challenge to you is this: start acting as if achieving this dream is possible. Not tomorrow, not next week. Let this moment be the first step in a journey of transformation, one where you redefine the boundaries of what you can achieve. Remember, the key I'm giving you today is belief. Belief in the possibility that lies within you and around you. Carry this key with you and let it open doors to opportunities you never imagined. Together, let's act as if nothing is impossible. For in that action, we make the impossible possible. Now, I want you to imagine standing at a crossroads, paths before you leading in opposite directions. One path is well-worn, comfortable, and familiar, a path you walk day in, day out. The other, it's overgrown, obscured, and uncertain, representing the journey towards your dreams and aspirations. At this crossroads stands a gatekeeper, and that gatekeeper is your belief. Belief is the foundation upon which all our actions are built. It's the silent whisperer that says, yes, you can, or the shadow that murmurs. No, this isn't just about positive thinking or self-help slogans. It's about the very real impact our beliefs have on our ability to pursue and achieve our goals. Let's consider a tale of two individuals, Alex and Jordan, both faced with the same set of challenges. Alex views these challenges as insurmountable barriers, believing they lack the skills and resources to overcome them. Jordan, however, sees the same challenges as opportunities to learn, grow, and evolve. Fueled by a belief in their potential, Jordan
Ay,
approaches
wala pa
each
ng
obstacle with
lang.
determination and
Bigyan mo nga ng
creativity.
sardinas, Goy.
Despite facing the same circumstances,
Yan, kain mo
Alex
ng
and Jordan
sardinas.
seems to have found vastly
Ano kinain
different
nila?
paths.
Yung binigay mo
While
na
Alex
doon,
remains stagnant,
Baka may tinik-tinik kayo doon. Binigay mo na?
tinik na.
stepping
Binigay mo
stone.
na?
Now take a moment to reflect on your
Ito
own
yung
life.
lainday.
What
Lagay
limits
dyan.
are you imposing?
Nilagay nila doon.
Saan?
How are these beliefs
Kunin mo.
shaping your actions?
Baka meron.
Are they
Baka yung
propelling you
sa'yo.
forward or holding you back? The power of belief isn't just about overcoming external challenges. It's about transforming our internal landscape. Consider the story of Thomas, a young man from a small town with dreams of becoming a scientist. Everyone around him laughed at his ambition, citing his modest background and lack of access to elite education. Yet Thomas refused to let their disbelief become his reality. He pored over books, sought mentors, took online courses, all driven by the belief in his ability to succeed. Today, Thomas is a renowned researcher, his work impacting lives around the globe. His journey from a doubter to a dreamer to a doer illustrates the transformative power of belief. Or take Sarah, once trapped in a cycle of poverty and despair, who believed in a brighter future for herself and her family. Ignoring the voices that told her she was destined to fail, she started a small business with nothing but a great idea and relentless determination. Day by day, she worked and faced setbacks, pushed forward, her belief in her vision unwavering. Now, she's not just running a successful business, she's creating opportunities for others in her community, proving that belief can indeed change our
Si
reality.
Malaki.
These stories, real and powerful,
Si
underscore
Blacky,
universal
Goy.
truth.
Eh si ano.
Our beliefs
Si
have the
Milay.
power to create our reality.
Kainin mo.
They can lift us to new heights, tether us to the ground. The question then is not whether we have the power to shape our destiny. We do. The question is, will we choose to wield that power?
Bukuran mo, Goy, kay di na siya mukaon pag nais siya kasalo.
Isn't about
Bumubukod yan
denying
eh.
reality. It's about seeing reality from a
Huwag mong
different perspective.
yung kamay mo ha, ilagay mo dun sa ano ha, mamaya ka, isama ka iniwing yung mga maliliit ha, huwag mong subuhan ha. Kakainin yung kamay mo. Bigay? Huwag ha kay, paano yan, matakaw yan. Pati kamay mo, sasama kainin niya yung kamay mo.
Imagine the paths we can forge, the heights we can reach, the lives we can touch. In closing, let me be with this thought. The belief that nothing is impossible is the key to unlocking our fullest potential. It's the light that guides us
Hayaan mo na,
through the
basta
darkest
binukuran mo
tunnels
lang
and the
pagkain
force
sila,
that
ano,
pushes us
walang
beyond our perceived limits. As we stand at the
kaya yung
crossroads
dalawang
of our
maliit,
lives,
napaka,
let
ano
us
yan,
choose the path of belief,
takaw.
for it is the path that leads to the
Pati kamay
realization
mo
of our
kakainin.
dreams. Let us walk this path together, supporting one another, challenging one another, and believing in one another. For when we act as if nothing is impossible, we make the impossible possible. Now, the other thing I'm going to give you is a perspective, one that looks at impossibility, not as a barrier, but as a challenge, a puzzle waiting to be solved. Let's take a moment and consider history, a testament to human resilience and ingenuity. There was a time when the thought of flying in the sky was considered a fanciful daydream, something out of a fairy tale. Fast forward to today, air travel has become as commonplace as riding a bicycle. A few once-deadly diseases that plagued humanity for centuries now find their matching vaccines, thanks to relentless medical research and technological advancements. This transition from impossibility to reality didn't happen by chance. It was fueled by individuals who dared to ask, how can I? Rather than resigning themselves to I can. These pioneers looked at the world, saw its constraints, and chose to see them as mere challenges to overcome. This mindset, this powerful shift in perspective, is what I urge you to consider. How often have we faced challenges and immediately thought, that's impossible? But what if instead we asked ourselves, how can I make this possible? This simple change in question can profoundly alter our approach to problem solving. It moves us from a state of resignation to one of active exploration, from a mindset of limitation to one of endless possibility. Let me share with you a story of a young inventor who was fascinated by the idea of human flight. Despite numerous failures, public ridicule, personal doubts, he persisted.
Kukuran
His
mo yan.
belief in the possibility of flight transformed what was once deemed
Isa laging galit
impossible
eh.
into a reality that changed the world.
Yung
This inventor,
color yung
like
galit eh.
many before and after,
Yung brown.
embodies the essence of redefining impossible. Now, I invite you to pause and reflect on your own lives. Think of something you've always wanted to do, but considered out of reach. Hold that thought and now shift the perspective. How can you make it possible? What steps, however small, can you take towards that dream? As we embark on this mental exercise, let's not forget the role of resilience. The path from impossible to I did it is rarely straight or smooth. It is fraught with setbacks, detours, and moments of doubt, but it's also filled with learning and ultimately triumph. The key is to stay the course, to keep asking,
Uy,
how
sobra
can
na.
I? And to adjust your
Sobra ba?
sails as you navigate the waters of
I
challenge and
think
opportunity.
I'm
To cultivate
falling
this growth mindset, begin by surrounding yourself with stories of achievement and resilience. Let these stories inspire you and remind you of what's possible. Next, practice reframing challenges as opportunities for growth.
Okay.
Instead of seeing a roadblock, ask yourself what you can learn from the situation. How it can make you stronger, more skilled, or more
Stronger.
Or embrace the practice of setting small, achievable goals that lead you closer to your larger dream. Celebrate each milestone, no matter how minor, for each is a step away from impossible and towards accomplishment. As we continue our conversation today, I want you to keep that thought, that dream you identified earlier at the forefront of your mind. Consider what small step you can take today,
Okay,
this
guy.
week, or this month towards making it a reality. Remember,
Okay, guy.
the journey from impossibility
Sarado mo na yan.
to possibility begins with a single step, fueled by belief and sustained sustained by action. Now, let's consider for a moment the great wonders of the world, or even the achievements in technology and art that we admire today. They weren't built in a day, nor were they the result of sporadic effort. Instead, they're the culmination of daily dedication, relentless pursuit, and most importantly, an unwavering commitment to consistency and discipline. It's easy to overlook the small actions because they seem insignificant. However, it's these small, consistent steps, taken day after day, that lead to monumental achievements. Now, you might be wondering, how does one cultivate such discipline? How do we ensure consistency in our actions towards our goals? The answer lies in the simplicity of routine. Setting a routine, visualizing your goals, and tracking your progress might seem like straightforward strategies, but their power cannot be overstated. By establishing a routine, you create a framework for your day, dedicating time to move towards your goals, irrespective of how you feel. Visualization, on the other hand, serves as a constant reminder of your why, keeping the flame of motivation alive, even on the toughest days. Lastly, tracking your progress is crucial because what gets measured gets improved. This practice not only helps you stay on track, but also provides a sense of accomplishment as you inch closer to your dream. Now let's talk about the real champions of discipline and consistency. Consider the story of an athlete, perhaps a marathon runner. Think about the discipline it takes to train every day, running miles after miles, irrespective of the weather, the mood, or personal circumstances. It's their dedication through consistent routine, visualization of crossing the finish line, and tracking their pace and progress that eventually leads them to victory. It's a clear testament to the fact that discipline and consistency are indeed the building blocks of success. But let's bring this closer to home. Think about your own life. Reflect on a goal you've been striving toward. Have you established a routine that aligns with this goal? Are you visualizing your success? Or are you keeping track of your progress? These are not just rhetorical questions, but an invitation for you to engage practically with your aspirations. As we delve deeper into this discussion, I encourage you to think of discipline not as a punishment, but as a form of self-love. It's about making a commitment to yourself and honoring it day in and day out. It's about choosing what you want most over what you want now. And yes, it will require sacrifice, and yes, it will test your willpower, but the freedom it brings, the freedom to achieve anything you set your mind to, is infinitely rewarding. Now, the thing I'm going to share is perhaps one of the most powerful lessons life has taught me: the true nature of failure. You see, society has painted failure with a brush of finality. We've been conditioned to view it as the ultimate defeat, the end of the road. But what if I told you that failure is not the end, but a step, a crucial step in the journey of achieving greatness? Let's dive into a story about Thomas Edison, a name synonymous with invention and innovation. His journey to inventing the electric light bulb was fraught with setbacks, with over 1,000 attempts that didn't achieve the desired outcome. When asked about these failures, Edison famously remarked, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison saw each failure not as a stop sign, but as a guidepost directing him closer to his goal. Now pause for a moment and ask yourself, how do I view my setbacks? Do I see them as insurmountable walls or stepping stones? Our perception of failure shapes our approach to life and our potential for success. To leverage failure, we must first redefine it, not as an endpoint, but as a part of the process, rich with lessons and opportunities for growth. Here's a strategy to start transforming your relationship with failure. Practice reframing. When faced with a setback, instead of labeling it as a failure, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me better? This shift in perspective opens up a pathway to resilience and innovation. Another vital step is seeking feedback. Often, we are too close to our projects, our dreams, to see them objectively. By inviting feedback, we not only gain insights for improvement, but also reinforce our commitment to our goal. Feedback is a gift, one that guides us to refine our approach and strengthen our resolve. And when the path seems too daunting,
Sarado na yan, Goy.
actionable objectives, break down your goals into smaller, manageable
Anong ginagawa mo dyan?
celebrate each small victory, for it is these victories that compound over time, leading to monumental achievements. Let's not forget that every great success story is punctuated with chapters of failure. It's these chapters that test our resolve, sharpen our skills, and ultimately make the story worth telling. They remind us that success is not merely about the destination, but also about the resilience, determination, and growth we exhibit along the way. The wisdom I want to impart focuses on the soil in which we plant ourselves to grow. Just as a seed requires the right environment to sprout, bloom, and thrive, so do we need an environment that nurtures our growth, dreams, and ambitions. It's about more than just the physical space. It's about the people we surround ourselves with, the ideas we feed our minds,
Goy!
ultimately immerse ourselves in. These
Saan?
elements define
Hindi ko alam. Diyan pala yung maingay.
our
Goy,
beliefs, actions,
nis,
our
ano?
destinies.
This oh? Apple.
Alam.
Apple.
Lift you up or pull you down.
I think, oh, may apple pa ba apple?
Challenge you to stretch beyond
Apple, Goy. Nestle, apple, Goy. Aziz, o pala. Bakit ka Nestle?
with this we become a reflection of
Brass.
it's not merely about choosing friends or colleagues.
Nakawin na yung nakawin na sa ano na pa?
Let me share a story of a young entrepreneur. She was full of ideas.
Ano pala yung nag-inuman?
Though well-meaning, shared her drive or understanding her vision.
Kaya pala.
It wasn't until she connected
Ha?
with a community of fellow entrepreneurs that she truly began to flourish. In this community,
Kailan lang kang gagawin, ha?
encouragement, failures were seen as learning opportunities, and successes were celebrated collectively. This shift in her environment
Hindi pa tapos. Akala ko ba nakuha na ng dugo?
propelling her towards her goals.
Takuhanan na.
Oh, tapos?
Honored our environment and ensured
Hindi pa na-ready. Ano ba? Hindi pa nabasa?
start by taking
Nabasa na, pero panibago yun.
Ay, ganun.
ask yourself, do these
Hindi daw
relationships
pala lalabas yung
inspire
bata
me?
doon.
They challenge me? Do they encourage me to be my best self?
Ma-establish talaga
If
yung
the answers are not resounding yeses, it might be time to make some changes. But
Hindi
it's
pa
not
pala
just
na
about
ano na...
distancing yourself from certain
Sino kasama doon,
It's
pan boy?
also about
Boy,
actively seeking out
sino
those who
nandun?
share your aspirations.
Sino nandun sa likod?
Collaborate.
Ano si Umar? Ano si Umar?
But as it were,
Ah,
these are the relationships
Ulat.
that will fuel your growth,
Ari doon. Naman nila lang.
creating or finding a community that resonates with your
Ay,
values
inuman sila.
is paramount. Whether it's a local meetup, an online forum, or a professional network, immerse yourself in community.
Oo. Ha?
iba na naman.
Ano
These
iba?
environments
Yes,
challenge you,
yun yun.
push you out of your
Ayo.
comfort zone,
Ito, kasi minamats ko eh.
in ways you might not have imagined.
Oh, kakagaga mo talaga. Wala yung sabi.
Environments and situations you grow, just as you seek support and
Tulog
inspiration.
na si Pana.
Feelings are often the same. Share
tulog
your
na.
knowledge, lend your encouragement,
Tulog na
and
yun kasi
celebrate the
takbo-takbo yung
successes
kanina
of
eh.
those around you. In doing so, you not only contribute to the growth of
May
others,
marami kong stock
but
talaga
also
yun.
reinforce your own
Ha?
journey
Ano
towards
ko
achievement.
talaga tulog niya?
Kasi mamaya mga 11, ganun.
Dali palang motit nilalagay.
Ha?
Dali palang motit nilalagay.
Oo, ganun siya.
Ikaw kayo,
Accent.
naka-live ka pa.
Wala, katuwaan daw.
Ah,
Katuwaan lang siya.
sige na po talaga. Wala akong masabi.
Kasi matutunga, walang mangyari pag ano. Mas maganda yung busy-busy kunwari.
The other is left in rocky terrain, under the shadow of larger trees, struggling
At least
for life.
nakikita mo kung paano mo
The
ginagawa.
outcome is inevitable.
Kasi naman kasi mahiya ka naman.
Like you now see, we too are products of
Ay,
our environment.
wala na, lugi na. Chimlas
Now
pa
think
lang.
about the people you spend the most time with.
Sino
They
kasama
uplift
doon?
you, encourage your dreams, and challenge you to grow.
Ilan sila,
Or
ilan?
do they drag you
Uy,
down,
huwag mo sabihin na
doubting
ako.
your abilities and mocking your
Sila
aspirations?
Huwag na sabihin na nandito
You're the
ka.
average buyer.
8 sila, dami pala eh. Ikaw na lang kulang nun.
Attitude,
Kaya huwag mo sabihin na nandito ako.
failure,
Ikaw na lang kulang nun, kuya.
reflect for a
Cheers,
moment on
cheers
the
eh.
environment you're in.
Kaya nako ko dito, tama na yun.
Growth? Do they inspire you to reach higher?
Masaya daw pag marami kasama eh.
Trained and
Masaya, kung ka masaya.
This is a call to action, an invitation to conduct an audit of your
Paano naman bukas?
Ask yourself,
Kaya lang, oo.
are these
Oo,
environments, relationships supporting my growth, or are they task ahead? You simply get challenged.
Kaya ka ngayon, paano bukas?
Masaya ka ngayon dahil may pera, kinabukasan wala ng pera. Malungkot na.
Ganun tanong.
Perhaps distancing yourself,
Malungkot ang bukas kasi wala ng pera.
seeking out mentors, and surrounding yourself with people who share your aspirations and values.
Hirap naman kung
But
lagi
it's
mo
not just
kaya.
about cutting out the negative. It's
Oo,
also about
tama.
proactively building a
Pag
positive
laging masaya, may opposite yun.
around you. This could mean joining groups, clubs,
Kaya
or
ano,
online
paano naman
communities
yung
where
kasama mo?
members share your
Pag,
interests.
oo.
It's about finding
Hindi
or
ka rin
creating a space where you're
ano.
constantly challenged, supported, and inspired.
Eh, pero may iba na
Our
ano eh.
community cannot be understood.
Nagproblema yung kabila, yung partner, pero siya wala lang. Ganun,
In a
ganun.
community, we find accountability, motivation, and support. We learn from each other's successes and failures. Push to try new things. Go beyond our comfort zone.
Pero masarap daw kasi pag may banding kuya.
In the right community,
Masarap daw
we're
yung pag may
reminded that
banding
we're
eh.
not alone in our struggles or our
Mas gusto ko
aspirations.
ba kainuman ko?
Let me share a story to
Siguro,
illustrate.
kainuman ko.
There was once a
Alam
young
mo,
writer
yung bahay.
with ideas and ambitions,
Magtagal kami.
plagued with self-doubt,
Pero pag
alone,
Pag laging na,
struggling to
ano
make
na.
progress.
Sa bagay, depende mo kasi yung tao.
But then, she found a writer.
Kasi may iba hindi mapakalinang.
Each on their
Parang
own.
gusto naghanap ng kasama eh.
This community
ba't
became a
kasama mo sa loob ng bahay, di ko
They read her
makasama.
work,
Hindi, inuman ba?
celebrate
Inuman.
her success,
Hindi
encourage
may iba ba
others
na mas gusto yung barkada?
in her first novel.
Ang
Kaya
ganun.
mo naggalit
Published,
yung
it
asawa
wasn't
mo.
just her victory, but a
O
victory.
kung nag-iisip sa asawa, yung iba wala nang pakialam sa asawa nila.
This story is
Kung
a
nag-iisip
testament
sa
to
partner.
Kinabukasan, hindi ka pa katulad ng kape ng asawa
It's a
mo.
reminder that
O, yeah, tapos pag itipulihan, magagalit.
achieving
Tapos sabihin na, ang ka ba ng asawa mo? Wala, nasa bahay lang. O, anong gawain ng babae sa bahay? Iba, gawain bahay? Oo, sabihin na lang trabaho kasi ang hirap ng
let's
trabaho.
strive to surround ourselves with
Bahay mo.
positivity. People who inspire us and
May bahay
admire
ka,
us
wala ka
to
nang
nurture our growth. Let's actively seek out and contribute to communities that align.
Yun lang kung nag-isip.
Remember, the environment we
Boy,
cultivate
hindi ka pa
around us
natutulog, boy.
is not just the backdrop to our
Kising palulo niya eh.
It's the soil in which our dreams take root and flourish.
Kasama
By
ko si Bud dyan.
consciously
Hindi ko alam
not just
kung
preparing ourselves,
parang umuwi na yun.
setting the stage for a life of fulfillment,
May dala-dalang alak.
and happiness.
Birthday kasi ni ate.
As you leave here
Nakawayan
today,
ko.
here with you,
Ayan
the
na,
understanding
yan. Tamado na eh.
Kasi parang ginawan sila kasi birthday ni ate. Sabi ko yan.
and in doing so, shape
Ganyan lang sila. Ang baka dyan nag-inuman.
take the choice to cultivate a
Hindi naman papayag sa atin mag-inuman sa bahay. Kahit ako ayoko yung mag-inuman sa
world where nothing is impossible.
sabi ko yun yung dati sa niya.
Every day is a step
Tag-order siya ng alak. Tapos, ano Len, pwede ba kayo mag-inuman dito? Ha? Ano? Ay, hindi pwede. Ay, hindi pwede kuya. Hindi ko yan.
Kayo, May?
Wala magalit ka, pero wala akong
Kasama ang mga
privacy.
nanay ng alaga mo.
Ha?
Saan yung mga nanay ng mga alaga mo?
Abroad,
Saan?
Kuwait.
Ah. Buti hindi sila nadamay doon.
Eh, sabi nga niya pag puputok, naririnig niya yung lakas ba? Parang,
Kasi nadamay na pati sa Dubai,
oo,
di ba?
Kuwait. Kaya sabi ko, saan banda? Sabi ko, malapit ba sa inyo? Sabi niya, medyo malayo lang naman daw, pero yung,
Whatever happens,
ano daw ba yung lakas ng
now I know what you're thinking.
niya,
Tatlong
siyempre.
kapatid ko na sa Dubai.
Di ba,
Nadamay na rin eh.
di ba yung iba din nagsilikasan na?
Well, let me tell you a little secret. Caring too much about the wrong things is what's most
So, sabi nga malay, pero kinakabahan din siya kasi mamaya, lalo na paggabi, natuloy-tuloy daw po ng putok. Eh, ang lakas daw kasi, grabe naman kasi no, missile light, mga missile pa naman yung no?
about everyone.
Nag-abroad ka rin.
Hindi.
And then there are those who figured out
Mahirap na abroad na.
they've learned to
Kahit hindi,
Sinubukan ko, pero bumabagsak ako eh.
kahit hindi tayo nakapunta sa abroad, mas okay pa rin tayo.
Hindi, nagsubukan ko talagang mag-apply ko yan ng nag-BH. Nag-training pa nga ako, nag-ista pa nga ako eh. Pero bumabagsak ako. Bagsak ako sa medical.
Kailangan ibig sabihin na.
Kaya sabi ko, hindi ko na tinutuloy din kasi yung kuya ko, yung kapatid ko dito sa ayaw niya talagang mag-abroad ako. Sabi niya,
Kapatid mo rin, ha?
sabi niya, instead na lakasan yung loob ko kasi gusto ko, ayaw niya. Parang sabi ko, bakit ka pa alis? Meron ka naman trabaho.
Ilan pa kayo mga kapatid?
Marami kami.
Ah,
Marami kami.
marami kayo, baka mas marami kami.
Ay lang kayo.
10.
Hindi nagkayo.
Ano kami?
Ano kami?
Walo lang kayo siguro.
Siguro 8 na.
Oo. Kami 10 talaga.
Ah.
Nakunan kayo magulang ko.
Talaga.
10 kami.
Pero marami na rin yun. Talaga.
6 na lalaki. 4 na babae.
Pero ikaw talaga yung panganay.
Hindi.
Ay, hindi.
Hindi. Meron pa.
Imagine the mountains you would move if you stopped caring about the pebbles. You know, I remember a time when I was just starting out.
Sabi ko nga, baka hindi talaga para sa
Pangilan
akin.
ka?
Ambition.
Ano ko, pangalawa sa bunso.
Boy, did I care about
Sino
every
bunso?
Yung anak niya, ay yung nanay ng pamangkin ko.
criticism.
Ah,
Yung nasa Kuwait. Siya
nanay
yung
na pamangkin mo. Ito mapamangkin mo na to. Sino bunso?
bunso, nani yun.
Ako si Kao.
Pangalawa, siya yung
Pangalawa
sumunod
na
sa
bunso.
akin.
Hindi ka na
I
nagkasawa.
met an old
Hindi.
Bakit?
it all and come out the other
Wala.
side.
Pero may boyfriend.
Ay, wala.
You know what he told me? He
Dahil
said,
simulat sa
son,
pan.
the secret to success isn't
Marami
caring
nang
more,
sumubok, pero
it's caring less
hindi ko
about
alam.
things
Parang,
you don't have. At first, I thought he was crazy.
ayoko, basta parang ayoko.
How could not caring lead to
Wala.
success?
Eh,
But as I watched him navigate life's
Hindi ko alam, basta pag, hindi ko
I
alam,
started
may
to see the
sabihin.
wisdom in his word. He wasn't
Oo
affected
nga.
by the little
Hindi naman sa yung wala, pero
Pero meron.
sabi ko meron.
Alam ko naman. Hindi
Meron,
pwedeng
pero-
wala eh.
Hindi ko alam, baka, mahirap sabihin eh.
Kaya nga.
And that's
Hindi
when it
pwedeng wala eh.
Meron nag-ano, pero
Ah,
yung
diba?
sabing,
Hindi pwedeng wala. Pero nagkakaroon ka na ng boyfriend ng business, wala.
ano, saglit lang. Saglit lang talaga,
Ilang
tapos
araw,
binawi.
ilang oras.
Isang araw. Hindi kasi nag-effort talaga siya kuya, hindi ko kaya yung, naawa lang ako ba?
O, doon tayo sa isang oras.
Isang araw lang talaga.
O, isang araw. Doon tayo sa isang araw. Ano nangyari?
Hindi, talaga to. Kasi nung nasa trabaho pa ako, wala pa rin tawag, ganyan eh. Siyempre ako respeto doon kasi kaibigan ng kasama ko, ganyan. Okay naman, lubit naman siya.
Isang araw?
Oh, pero binawi ko lang yung kasi hindi ko kaya.
Bakit di mo kaya?
Parang hindi ko kaya yung, parang sabi ko nga, alam mo, sabi ko, sabi na mo ba ito, Taet? Pero yung parang kung wala kang feelings talaga, mahirap. Ganoon kasi, syempre, katulad yan. Gusto niya na, punta tayo, kain tayo ng ganito. So, syempre, yun nga, parang, kailangan mo siya pakisamahan di. Kumain kami ng Jollibee. Kumain kami ng Jollibee. Sabi ko, alam mo, parang pala kasama pag talaga mo siya tao. Pero ako, nirespeto ko lang talaga siya. Kasi siya, masaya siya eh. Pero sabi ko, mahirap pilitin yung sarili mo na maging masaya sa tao. Hindi ka naman masaya, hindi ka naman wala kang feelings. Kaya ang ginawa ko, sabi ko, sorry. Sorry naman ako sa kanya. Kasi, Las Piñas. Sorry naman ako sa kanya. Sabi ko, parang hindi pa ako ready. Kung ano na talaga ako. Hindi pa ako ready, ganyan. Pero wala naman akong pinalit talaga na iba. Talagang, siguro alam naman hanggang ngayon sa civil, ganyan. Oo. Talaga. Hindi ko kaya.
Gumastos pa yun.
Sabi ko, marami namang sumubok. Tapos ayoko yun din yung meron ako kasama na nag-effort din. Nagigib siya ng tubig. Sabi ko, pag-isip ko sumaga, may nakabang na tubig. Sabi ko, sabi ko, sinong tubig ka rin? Tubig sabi niya, gamitin mo. Sabi ko, ayoko. Tinawa ko talaga. Sabi ko, pag lagi mo ko iigiban, hindi ko gagamitin yan. Kasi ayoko yung ayoko kasi magkaroon ng utang na loob. Tapos, siyempre, mag-expect yun na Oo, ganun. Ayoko kasi yung mag-take advantage sa tao na. Ganun. Ayoko. Takot ako sa karma eh.
Tama.
Ganun. Sabi ko, marami naman sumubok, pero
Lata ka na yan.
38. 38 na ako.
Like any skill, it takes practice. It takes conscious
Hindi
effort.
na bata yung mga ganun ano. Pero ngayon kasi, karamihan ngayon parang nasa age of 30, hindi, maraming single na. Dati kasi nasa 25, mga 20 na, asawa agad na. Pero ngayon kasi tingnan ng mga artista, umabot na ng 40, single pa rin na.
Kung marunong ka talaga. Hindi naman sa asawa mo.
Let it go. Don't waste your precious energy on it.
Nakukuha sa
To get better at
madali.
this, start
Kasi ang kasi yung sakripisyo yun, habang
True.
buhay.
Kaya nga, kaya ako minsan tinitingnan ko, makakasama ko ba to? Parang ganun. Gusto ko kasi makilala mo na yung ganting tao, ganyan. So, ganun yung ano ko. Gusto ko yung magkaibigan mo na, tapos gusto ko makilala yung paano
May
siya
plano ka
makipag...
rin na mag-asawa.
May makita na gano'ng ano, pero
instead of seeing
kung wala, ayoko kasi pilitin na, sige go, kahit
instead of
ano,
focusing on
ganun.
what you can't control,
Mahirap kasi eh.
focus on what you can. Instead of worrying about
Kailangan
what might
talaga
go
ang
wrong,
pag-asawa talaga.
get excited about what might go
Ayoko
wrong.
kasi yung,
Posibilidad talaga.
kaya nga, ayun sabi na, kasi kasi maganda ka na. Eh, choice ko na yun, kung gusto ko maging single. Eh, sana makisama ako na yung katulad niyan, maghabol ako, sakpan ako. Ayoko nang pinaka-ayaw ko talaga yan.
What's your dream?
Yung asawa talaga
I
yan.
can already hear some of
Gusto ko yung makita ko paano niya respeto sa magulang, unang-una yan. Kasi kung wala yung respeto sa magulang, wala rin respeto
fact,
yan
the
sa'yo.
opposite is more likely to happen.
Pero kasi nilagay ka.
When you stop caring about the wrong things,
Kaya nga.
you make space for the right things to flourish.
Kasi,
Think about a garden.
ako,
If you want
baka saktan yung kapatid ko. Ito, kapatid ko.
plant the seed,
Ganun mo nga eh.
Hindi kasama.
you need to tend to them.
Asa ito?
Make sure they get enough
Ano? Nakano yun? Nakatali.
Those weeds are like the unnecessary
Tatlo sila, di ba?
Oo.
cares that turn out to protect them.
Oo.
When you remove them, you let your dreams really grow.
Dos negros.
Now, I'm not saying this transformation will happen overnight.
Ay, kay,
It's a process, a journey.
ano kasi, hindi ko alam
There
kung
will
ano
be
ito.
times when you slip back
Ano,
into old habits. You find
parang,
yourself caring about things that don't
kasi maraming na sa drama na sa kasi, nagwawala ba, ganun. Tapos, maglalabas na mga,
May
gently
ulo, ikaw
guide
ba?
yourself back on track.
Oh,
One technique I found helpful
ito. Yung sa
is
gilid.
regularly take
Puta. Hindi ka na ba? Uling yung mukha muna.
nag-uling.
Uling yung mukha eh. Baka napustahan sila eh.
doing this.
Hindi.
You'll start to develop a clearer
Ikaw na palaki mo.
of what really
Ha?
Ikaw na palaki mo.
begin to see patterns.
Hindi, bago lang naman ito nalipat sa akin.
Consistently
Nung nag-resign ako sa trabaho, yung kapatid ko, gusto niya talaga, isama sa akin yung mga anak niya. So, nagkaroon din ng timing din na, nung nag-resign ako, tapos tinayo to, sabi ko kay Mana, ako yung titira din sa bahay niya. Kaya, pinagawa to. Tapos, timing din na, yung papa, natulong, kaya, nung patapos sila ng school doon, transfer namin dito. Kaya,
your personal growth will accelerate because you're no longer held back
Wala ka rin problema. Wala ka rin sakit
or
ang ulo.
judgment. You'll become more
Ay,
resilient.
parang ako na naging nanay kasi,
Ikaw talaga.
kasi, sabi ko,
Kaya pagdating ng araw, ikaw magkakaroon ng asawa. Alam mo na.
alam mo na,
Now, I want to be
sabi ko, ako, sabi ko, ganito palang maging nanay, no? Kailangan mo disipinahin mo yung anak mo.
not about building
Gising ka pa po sa.
in fact, it's quite the opposite.
Napadpad ako dito, kapintuhan ko lang yung kaibigan ko eh.
Create more space for your deeper
Nagkik na ba lang?
think about the people you love most,
Pero ba taga namin ka?
family,
Mga yung ano pala yung
present for them. Don't you want to have the emotional energy to support them, to celebrate their victories and comfort them in their struggles? Not involved now,
Malapit ka talaga.
and be there
Ganda na. Ikaw.
Same goes for your passion,
Ang asawa niya.
life's work.
Hindi ka
Stop caring about what others do, not whether you're good enough, about all of you. Free yourself, pour your heart and
May
soul.
isa ka na sila.
sino ang sa may kapatid
Imagine
naman
waking
yun.
up every morning excited about the day ahead. Not because
Pero yung
everything
nasa, uy,
you
baliktad naman na.
Yung anak niya na nangyayon sa iyo.
Baliktad naman na. Baliktad.
Imagine
Ito
tackling
naman
challenges
sa
with
Pinabayaan
enthusiasm
silang
rather than
mag-aral.
dread.
mm,
Seeing opportunities where
Yun
others
yung
see
pinunta niya
obstacles.
sa akin.
That's the power of not caring.
yun lang.
It's not about
Parang naghanap ng ano yung
becoming
iba.
smart, but about becoming more
Kasi meron
alive
nga yung
than ever
OFW,
before.
pagbalik nga, no?
Now, I know
Sa iba na
some of
umuwi.
you might say,
Pag kasi sa airport, ibang sumasalubong.
Iba na,
how does it work?
iba na yung inuwian.
Well,
Ito,
let me
masaklak
share.
din ang panito.
Years ago, I met a young entrepreneur.
Hindi, hayaan mo na yun. Sabi
He
mo
had
na,
a brilliant
baka
idea
makakahanap
for a
ka na
business,
dito.
but he was
Ayun, tayo na
paralyzed
yung anak
by
nito.
fear.
Ah, lalaki?
So much about
Ah,
business
lalaki
that
babae.
he would think if he failed.
Iniwan
He
sa
cared
kanya
about
yung
whether
bata.
he had
3
enough
months.
Ibig sabihin matagal na silang
whether
gulay.
his idea was
3
good,
months or 2
whether
months?
he could compete.
Iniwan sa kanya
Ah,
yung
yung lalaki. Ay, bata.
Fearing was keeping him
Oh.
stuck. He had a day job he hated, but he was too afraid to
Pero
leave.
tingnan mo yan.
He
Yan
had
pa
a
rin,
dream,
nagbago.
but he was too scared to pursue
Yung
it.
kanya.
He was living a life of quiet desperation, all because he cared
Pero at
too
least
much
naging
about the
responsable
wrong
siyang
thing.
ama, no?
I sat down with this young man and I told him about the art of
Importante yun.
caring. At first he was
Huwag mo
skeptical,
na ako, baka masilip
but as
ako
we
ng
talked,
mga.
I could see the light start to
Okay, kaya.
in his eyes. He began to understand that all his worries and fears were just that. They weren't reality. They were just stories he was telling himself. So I challenged him.
Marami na talaga sila.
I said, for the next
Kanina pa
month,
yan sila.
I want you to
Akala ko doon sila naginuman sa
when
ano.
those fears come
Sa
up,
ano mo.
acknowledge them,
Akala ko
but
yun
don't
sila.
give them power.
Nagtaray ako sa loob ng bahay.
Instead,
Hindi mo
focus
na-
on
Ah,
taking
hindi yung
action.
ingay ba? Akala ko
Focus
yung
on
nag-ingay.
moving forward, even if it's just a small
Wala
step
lahat kami
each
dun sa
day.
labas.
Well, let me tell you,
Bagay talaga
the
ako sa loob ng
transformation was
bahay.
remarkable. Within that month,
Ganun na.
Si, akala ko nakita yung sila doon.
business side,
Inuman.
she still scared. Absolutely. He learned to not care about that.
Anong oras
He
yung
learned to
masasabi?
act in spite of it.
Ay, 10:40 na pala.
And that young man's business is
Mag-11 na pala.
thriving. He's living his
Magsasara na
dream,
pala ako.
doing work he loves, making a difference in the world.
Nalibang kasi ako sa ano
It
ko
all
gawa.
started with learning to
Ganun
not
talaga.
care.
Alam ko lang gawin yun, gagawa
I'm not
ko.
saying it's
Hindi na kailangan kuya kasi busy ka na sa ano mo. Pero ka lang ano eh.
Ano, Hindi mo ba alam na
nasty hard,
ako
not
dati?
caring about the wrong things. He was able to persevere. He was able to keep his eyes on the prize and keep moving forward. And that's the thing about not caring. It gives you a kind of superpower. It allows you to take risks, to be bold, go after what you really
Para
want.
sirayan to.
Power.
When you're not weighed down by worry,
Ay!
you become unstuck. Think about it.
Nakita ko yung vlog mo ah.
Sometimes if you hold yourself back because you care too much about what others might think, how many opportunities you miss
Yung
because
vlog kasi
you
kaya
care too
niya
much
eh.
about the possibility of failure. How much of your life has been spent
Oh.
caring
Ikaw na lang daw kung lang.
about things that,
Hinahanap ka
in
eh.
the grand scheme of things, just
Andyan
don't
si
matter?
Sundor eh.
It's time to break free from that pattern.
Ikaw na lang kung lang.
Claim your power. Take control of your life.
Eleven na
It
pala.
all starts with mastering the art of not. Oh, I can see some of you nodding your head.
Gusto mo ng pesa? May bago pa nga ako doon, di ba?
Thinking this sense,
Kasama nanay
Ito
ko.
kasi pumasok
life
siya
is
dito.
complicated.
Ay, wag mo.
There are real problems in the
Yan na.
world. And you're right.
Kapatid sila.
Life is complicated. There are real problems.
Sarap naman eh. Talaga.
Put yourself in a much better
Hindi,
position
pero parang
to tackle
alaga namin.
real issues.
Pinakain na rin.
Pag kumain, kumakalat.
Imagine you're a firefighter. Your job is to save lives,
Pinupunta kasi namin ito na kinanay mo kapatid.
property from the ravages of fire.
Nung gusto mo, pwede ako sa
Would you be very effective at your job? So then all your time worrying about whether
Nagpatubok nga ako ng ano yung
you might make a mistake.
Hindi kasi napakain ako. Tapos isipin ko na ito. Pati kami
Focus on the task.
kaya
You need to be present, ready to act.
Paano natin
Care
Oo,
deeply about
sinasagot
saving
na lang ako.
lives. Life
Pero hanggang dalawang purok na
and
lang.
all the stuff all the way. Life is no different. We all have our
Unang
fires to fight, our
First time yung
challenges.
dalawa.
Our goals.
Kasi
And to
meron
do
pa
that
tayo.
effectively, we need to learn to focus on what's
Dito,
bali.
oo.
But let me
Bali
be clear,
tatlo, tapos
this
nagpangalawa
isn't
naman
about
akong
becoming
basko.
selfish
Dalawa,
or disconnected from the world around
Baka
you.
tayo din ako
It's
bumalik.
about becoming more effective, more impactful.
Tama na yun.
It's about being able to make a real difference in your life and the
Sabi
lives of
na
others. When you stop caring about the petty,
Hindi
the
naman
trivial
diba?
concerns much of our mental and emotional energy. You create space to care deeply about yourself. You create the capacity to love more fully, to work more passionately,
Ganun ba yun?
to live more effectively. Imagine what you could accomplish if you weren't held back by fear of judgment. Imagine the risks you could take,
Oo nga.
the dreams you could pursue, the impact you could have on the world. That's the power of not
Ano lang,
caring about the wrong thing.
ano tawag to?
It frees you to care deeply about the right thing. Now, I know this isn't always easy. We live in a world that's constantly trying to tell us what we should care about. We're bombarded with messages about how we should look, how we should act, what we should own, what we should achieve.
Pero,
It's easy to get caught up in all of that, to start caring about
pwede naman siguro.
that in the grand scheme of our lives just don't matter.
Ganon.
But here's the beautiful thing.
Parehas lang naman
You
siguro.
have a choice. You get to decide what you care about. You get to choose where you invest your emotional energy. And once you realize that, you start consciously choosing what you care about and what you let go of, your whole life will change. So how do you start? How do you begin this journey towards mastering the art of not caring? Well, it starts with awareness. Start paying attention to what you're caring about throughout your day, what's causing you stress, what's making you anxious, what's keeping you up at night. Then for each of these concerns, ask yourself, is this something I can control? Is caring about this serving me in any way? Will this matter in a year or even a month from now? If the answer is no, then it's time to practice letting go. It's time to say, you know what? I choose not to care about this. I
Parang
choose
hilo
to
na.
focus my energy
Parang hilo na eh. Kailangan mo na yung atin.
Sinundo ka na ako eh. Ikaw
What it
taga-sundo.
does mean
Ano,
is
may
you start to have
sundo. Ay, parang hindi ka na makauwi.
you start to break free from the tyranny of unnecessary worries and fears. As you do this, as you master the art of not caring about the wrong things, you'll find that you have more energy, more enthusiasm, more joy. You'll find that you're more resilient in the face of challenges, more open to new opportunities, more capable of pursuing your dreams. Because here's the truth. Life is too short, too precious to waste in caring about things that don't truly matter. Every moment you spend worrying about what others think of you is a moment worthless. Every ounce of energy you expend on things you can't control is energy you're not investing in the things you can change. So I challenge you, starting today, to begin mastering the art of not caring. Start small. The next time you find yourself worried about something trivial, pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is this worth my precious time and energy? And if it's not, let it go. As you practice this, you'll find that it becomes easier. You'll start to naturally distinguish what we're caring about and what isn't. You'll become more focused, more purposeful, more true values, goals. Here's the beautiful part. You let go of the things that don't matter. You create space for things that matter. You create room for growth, for love, for passion, for purpose. You create the opportunity to live a life that's truly meaningful. Now, I want to be clear. This doesn't mean you become immune to life's challenges. It doesn't mean you'll never feel hurt or disappointed or afraid. But what it does mean is